Alright everybody, so today's lesson is on similarity and measurement, and really what we're going to be doing is putting to use those rules that we learned yesterday about corresponding sides and corresponding angles when we're told that things are similar. So example 1 here, I got two figures, and example 1 says given ABCD is similar to EFGH, we want to find EH. So if you're looking at this, well, EH is this side right here. We want to find out how long that is, and that makes sense because we've already said that that's our variable. Okay. Well, what we learned yesterday is that if things are similar, which I know they are because they're telling me, given these two things are similar, they're coming out and telling us they are similar. Well, the thing that we learned yesterday is if they are similar, which they're telling us, is that the ratio of corresponding sides are going to equal. Meaning this, if I want to take EH, okay, if I want to find that side, I can write it in a ratio over its corresponding side. Now remember, EH, well, E is the first letter and H is the last letter, so then that's going to correspond with AD on the other one because that's first letter. So AD is over here, that's 16, that's AD. Okay, I know that ratio of sides is going to equal any ratio of the other sides. Okay, now since I put EH on top, all right, I'm going to choose another side from this same figure, and I'm going to put that on top as well. Well, since the 30 inches is the length that was given to us, that tells me it's going to be GF. So I'm going to put GF on top, okay, and its corresponding side, well, GF is is these two right here. GF is the third and the second. The third and the second is CB. And CB over here is the 12, okay? So that's over CB. What I know is that these two things are going to be equal because that's what our rule said, is that the ratios of corresponding sides in similar figures are going to be equal. Now all I have to do is go ahead and plug the numbers in, okay? So I'll do that right underneath it here. EH is what I didn't know, so EH I'm just going to replace with X. That's going to go over AD, which is 16. I'm going to set that equal to GF, which is 30. And that's going to go over CB, which I know is 12. And look at what we have here. What we've just written is a proportion. We know how to solve a proportion. We're simply going to cross multiply 16 times 30 and divide by that number that's left by the 12. And we're going to figure out that X, I'll go ahead and write it at the very bottom here, that X, when I do 16 times 30 divided by 12, is going to be 40. And then that's my answer because I'm trying to find X because that's what side EH was. So all we're doing today is taking our corresponding sides, we're writing them as a ratio, which is going to form a proportion because the two ratios are going to be equal to each other. Okay, another one, example 2. It says a man is 6 feet tall and is standing next to a cactus. The length of a man's shadow is 2 feet. The cactus's shadow is 5 feet. How tall is the cactus? Okay, so I didn't give you any pictures here to look at. So my advice to you is don't be afraid to draw out the pictures. Sometimes drawing pictures are going to help you see what the figures look like, and therefore you're going to be able to see what's corresponding and what's not, and you're going to be able to set up your proportion from there. So, okay, so we have a cactus and we have a man. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my cactus here. Okay, and I'm an excellent drawer. So here's my cactus. That's right. It's got all the little spiny things on there. That's my cactus. Okay, and then I have a man. Okay, so here's my man that is 6 feet tall. So I'm going to draw a man. He's smiling there. He's going to be a little stick figure. Okay, but there's my man. And here's what I know. I know that it says that the man is 6 feet tall. So that means from the top all the way to the bottom here, 6 feet tall. Okay? Let's see what else it says. It says the length of a man's shadow was 2 feet. Well, if we think about it here just for a second, okay, a shadow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and draw a sun up here. Here's my sun. Okay, there's the sun up there. And if it's given a ray of light that's coming down, okay, like this, that means that the guy's shadow is going to be on the ground. So if this is the ground going across here, okay, the guy's shadow is going to be on the ground. And it's saying that the guy's shadow is 2 feet long. Okay? All right. Next part, it says a cactus's shadow is 5 feet long. Again, if the ray of light is coming down this way, the cactus's shadow then, okay, is going to be this. It's going to be 5 feet long. How tall is the cactus? So really what we came up with here is two triangles. Here's the cactus, okay, here's where the sun ray comes down, and here's the shadow. So what we really wind up with is a picture like this, where here's how tall the cactus is. I know the shadow was 5 feet. Okay, here's our person. Okay, I know the person's shadow was 2 feet, and the guy is 6 feet tall. Well, now that you see the triangles here, you're able to go ahead and see the proportion. Corresponding sides very clearly are the x is going to go with the 6. So if I put x over 6, those are corresponding sides. That is the height of the cactus compared to the height of the person. So the heights are both going together. Okay? Then I'm going to put both the shadows together. Now, since I started with this first figure and went towards the other one, I'm going to do the same thing with the 5 and the 2. I start with the 5 and go towards the 2, so it becomes 5 over 2. We are going to cross multiply. 6 times 5 is 30. Divided by 2 gives me x equals 15. So what that's telling me is that since I found x is 15 here, that's how tall that cactus was, 15 feet tall. So again, we're looking to draw figures here, and then from those figures, we're going to take the corresponding sides, right, ratios that are going to form proportions, and then we're able to cross multiply and divide to figure out the missing part of the side that we want. Okay, that's today's lesson.